faint sounds of subway trains sitting ambience. A lighter flicks. Someone beatboxing in the distance.
Hey yo, gather round, let me put y'all on. See, the game ain't just about paper, it's about legacy. You stacking bills or building empires. You reading signs or stuck reading headlines. It's time to elevate, knowledge reborn. Feel me? Shout out to Shy Bliss, Mama T. Hey yo, I came from the dirt where the lost ones lurk. Now I channel Sirius when I put in this work. From the street lights to the starlight, knowledge divine. Got the whole zodiac mapped out my mind. 777s when I shuffle, every move is a line. Had to break free, cut the chains on my mind. You see they trap us in illusions, keep the wisdom diluted. But I'm building like the Moors did, all black suited. Running numbers like Pythagoras, adding up digits. Turn a cipher to a temple, got the ancestors with us. This that Pharaoh flow, deep like the metronome. Boom, bap, quantum math, every bar set in stone. We was born in the fire, raised in a storm. But the knowledge stays sacred, the wisdom stays strong. Turn the pain into gold, let the lessons live on. We the lost now found, it's the knowledge reborn. We was born in the fire, raised in a storm. But the knowledge stays sacred, the wisdom stays strong. Turn the pain into gold, let the lessons live on. We the lost now found, it's the knowledge reborn.
All right. What's going on, everybody? What's happening? How many people in the building, honey? I just did an impromptu show. We coming live and direct on UB2B on the summer solstice day. Shout out to all the Cancers. Happy summer solstice. We're going to let the people come on in here. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I got to be like Fred Sanford today. I got to have 17 glasses. I know I got the glasses on top of my head, but them ain't working all the way. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Hey. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. All right. All ones in the building. What's up? Happy Cancer season. Shout out to all the Cancerians in the building. If you are a Cancer, put a 6-9. Put a 6-9 in the chat for all the Cancerians. It's Cancer season on the summer solstice day. Come on. You know we're going to talk about it. Listen, I done changed up the tea. Right now, I'm sipping on some red wine with some Red Lotus. I have no idea what's going to happen on the show today. I have no idea. Because I'm sipping on some red wine on the summer solstice day with some Red Lotus. I don't know if you can see it without me electrocuting stuff. Let me see if you can see what's going on in here. You see the Red Lotus floating in the wine? You see that? You see that? This is the way the ancients did it. So they say. I'm going to figure out what this is going to be like tonight. On the summer solstice day. It's been sitting here for me. Ooh. It added this little floral taste to it. Ooh, honey, let the crown loads begin. Let the portals open. We about to see what's going down. How's everybody doing today? What you say? Back with another one. Hey, babies. It's Mama T. Back with another one. You know, I started moving this channel. I know those of you who are not on Instagram, there's so many platforms. Before I was like only on TikTok. And then I started noticing all these fake pages everywhere. So I said, let me get on Facebook. There's a Mama T on Facebook for like 75,000 followers. She got a whole following and everything. She's been using AI to make images of me and shit. But she got me looking like Miss Seeley and shit. She got me looking like this old ass Jane Pittman, Miss Seeley, color purple kind of shit. And y'all loving that shit. They loving that shit. They over there, oh, you so like I'm going to church. Like I went to church this Sunday. They got me in the church hats and shit. They got me out in the garden. They got me using like they have like me tagged with these little, you might as well call it Bible quotes. I said, who the hell is this? Honey, they got 75,000 followers. I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. And you know, Facebook won't stop it. They won't take them down. They said, we don't even know if you. I said, I got a check. I have a business account, everything. What the fuck you talking about? They will not take that page down. So I had to go out. Now I'm competing against a fake page on Facebook. So now I'm on Instagram. They got me spending all this money on these blue checks and shit. And Instagram, I'm barely reaching up. They don't even, I don't understand what's going on. You know, y'all know Mama T. Those of you on YouTube, y'all been rocking with me for the past 3 years. Mama T stepped on the scene, I'm going to say like July 26, 2023. So we 3 years deep in the Mama T. Some people well, maybe they never heard of me. I don't know. So I'm taking old clips. Like I'm recycling what they call recycling old videos. And I got all the lives. Let me tell you something about TikTok. I took all the lives I did and I'm slowly putting them on the vault. If you haven't signed up to the vault, my sacred vault, I told you I'm moving on to my own platform. So if you want to, you get a 3-day free trial. It got all the videos on there, all my music on there. Now I just put a live plug in there. So I'm going to be going live on there. It's not all the way set yet. Look, this season, Cancer season, Jupiter and Cancer about to go into Leo. Look, I turned up in the background. I've been putting in the work in the background. And let me tell you something. I'm really ready to be an architect and take this thing to the next level. Okay. Because I see what's going on. I see what's happening. Some of us can see the future. And if we are not staking our flag, honey, we're going to be singing the same swing, low swing, chariot. You know, y'all know how I do. So anyway, I'm on IG now. You know, I'm trying to get some momentum going over there, putting some stuff on there. The reason why I like Facebook and IG, I ain't gonna tell you, at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. If I ain't making no money, it ain't making no sense. That's just how it is. I told y'all that a long time ago on TikTok. I am not gonna be out here dying a poor, righteous teacher. That's not how we doing that over here. Now, I ain't gonna be able to do that. That's not a badge of honor to me. To watch our ancestors. So many of our ancestors died penniless. I'm talking about they were master teachers and this and that and the other and made all of y'all little niggas rich. And they died penniless, and so or their families ain't got shit either. That ain't happening over here. At the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. And if it ain't making sense, I ain't gonna do it. So I'm gonna go on the platforms. It's gonna make me a little bit of change. If you ain't making me no change, I ain't got no time over there. I'm just not gonna do it. And we need to take that attitude, especially women. Let me tell you something, sisters. Get your coins. Get your coins. I want to give a shout out. We're gonna jump right into the controversy. You already know how to go around here. Matter of fact, I'm starting to get my little beads of sweat. I think this is working. If you haven't gotten any of my lotus flowers, I don't think y'all know what y'all missing. Because not only is now this is the first time I put it in some damn wine. Now I normally just have it as a tea, but when I heard about they seep it in wine and it, I said, it's the summer solstice, Cancer season. I'm celebrating. Anywho, if you haven't tried any of my lotus flowers, it's available at sacredtea.net. I get mine exclusively flown in from a small farm in Sri Lanka. And this woman, it's a family. I think it's a family. It's a whole bunch of them. And they have a farm. They have lakes and ponds where they grow all types of lotus. And so when I don't order from her like some stock that she has, when I put my order in, she grows it. She actually grows the lotus. And when it's grown, she ships it to me. So it's very fresh. And when I run out, and then I have to order it, put my order in. She has to grow it. So I try not to keep a lot of inventory. That's why I make small batches at a time. And when it goes, it goes. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who bought, where's it at? Everybody who got the Phoenix blend. Everybody who got the gut cleanse, now y'all been asking me about doing some gut cleanse. I put together this Phoenix blend. Let me tell you, this is not a game though. I'm gonna tell you, just don't play around. Don't play around with this. All right. It is strong. This shit's strong. This has so here's the deal. Here's my thing. I don't think medicine should be all the way like unpleasant, right? I don't think medicine should be unpleasant. I think not that it tastes like delicious, because there's a lot of bitters in this thing, but when you understand the different taste buds, you know, we have all these different sections of taste buds. I try to address each one, but with this particular blend, you cannot have sweet. You cannot add sugar into this because it defeats the purpose. You're trying to get rid of all of them little things up in there, and they thrive off of sugar. So it's not a good idea. I highly recommend that you do not add any sugar, no sweetener, or anything in this. Now, it has wormwood in here. It has black walnut hull in here. It has cassia bark in here. But I also try to layer it, though, with rooibos tea and a lot of fruit like apple pieces and cinnamon and turmeric and ginger and fennel seeds. And so when I added all that, it does add layers to it. But honey, that black walnut and that wormwood kick in. So I highly recommend to cut that bitterness. You must cut up some lemon slices and put lemon in there, because that cuts the bitter. That balances out the palate. But it's a really good tea. It's a really good detox. And so I put this thing together. It has lemon peel, orange peel, ginger root, cranberry, apple pieces. It's pretty good, but it's really about gut health. Cleansing out the glut. Cleansing out the gut, those little things that's in there, them parasites, it's all in the intestinal walls. You have no idea what we are hosting in our bodies. It's amazing we're alive right now. This is how like strong and resolute we are, because we hosting all kind of little creepy crawlers in there. You know, since I've been in this particular area, I don't put on some pounds, right? Not too much. I don't let myself get away, but I, when I walk past the mirror, I say, oh, there's a little extra in the mirror. So wait a minute, hold on. So I start to cleanse out the bowels, because there's a lot of stuff stuck in the gut. Honey, I started taking this tea. But before I took that, I wanted to cleanse out as much of my colon as I could. So I drink this tea called pinaline. Anyone ever heard of pinaline? Pinaline ain't no punk either. It's made with like pineapples and senna and a little fennel in there. But it's amazing. And you would be surprised as how much you got inside you. Whoo, that's when I start, my mood start, not being too stable. And my conspiracies start like reaching up to the next level, because I'm already suspicious of shit. I said, hold on. Who's talking to me? It's time to get rid of this shit, because you think it's stuff around you. People sending stuff to you. No, it ain't got none of it, honey. It's what's in you. Everything is messed up with the foods. Everything. I have no idea what this country is thinking, because it's not like this everywhere. But we in this country, we think it's like this everywhere. It's not. It's here. It's here. And it's like, what are they up to here? But we're going to get into all of that tonight. We're going to get into that. We're going to open up the lines like we did before. We're going to bring on some people. So what is the topic today? The topic today is Happy Summer Solstice. We're going to tap into the power of the summer solstice and what it really means and what it does. Because I find it interesting that today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. The dads. You know what I'm talking about? There's a difference. Fathers just, they got babies all over the place. But dads are different than fathers. I'm just going to leave that right there. Dads and pops. You got a pops. You got daddy. They different than, my fault. When we say my father. I'm not talking about anything religious right now. Don't lose your mind. I didn't get there yet, but I will get there later. But dads are way different. Dads are cool. Daddy's girls, all that kind of stuff. My daughter is a daddy's girl. My daughter will leave me for her father like that. Like that. My daughter got a stellium and Capricorn, and her father's a Capricorn. So you already know. You already know where I stand. But don't you find it interesting, though, that they decided to make Father's Day on the summer solstice, which really means the sun goes in the constellation of Cancer, and Cancer rules the mother. Why are they having Father's Day on a day when the sun enters into the sign of the mother? Maybe we can find out what that means. Maybe there's a connection there. Mother and son. The son of the mother. Who knows? You know how they ain't gonna like that. You know how they ain't gonna like that. But I'm beginning to like what you don't like. I'm beginning to have a likeness for the shit you don't like. Anyway, let's see what's going on with this chat. Let's see what's going on. Greetings. How many people got in here right now? Look, when I do these type of lives, right? For me, it's really not about the number. It's about the people that's in here, because this is what I decided for this cycle. Because remember, I did a show on the equinox, right? The spring equinox, the happy new year, when we ushered in the new year. So now we are at a quarter way in the year. We had a 90-degree angle from Aries to Cancer. So Aries started off the new year, started off spring. And now we enter into the season of the mother, the divine feminine, which starts off the summer, right? It starts off, you know what happens in the summer, baby? 4th of July energy. Now, the 4th of July energy, y'all think it's about America. Wrong. How many of you guys think that the 4th of July is really about the celebration of the the independence, when they signed up? What is that shit called? What is that thing called? With them people in the 1700s all got together and John Hancock signed the thing. What is it called? Whatever that is, that's called. Y'all think it's really about that? Independence Day. How many people really know why they chose that day? Declaration of Independence. Thank you, honey. I'm telling you, see what I got going on over here. Forgive me if I'm a little absent-minded today. I'm celebrating the solstice. It's my season. It's Cancer season. Declaration of Independence. So they all got together. Why they choose that day? Does anybody really know? I really want you to understand, because when people are like, we shouldn't be celebrating that because we were slaves, la da da da. No, would you really need to think twice about celebrating was the shit you were celebrating yesterday? That's what you should really be questioning. But the 4th of July is really a celestial event. I think it happens between the 2nd to maybe the 6th of July. There's a celestial event that takes place. Does anybody know what that event is? I got to put my glasses on to see if I can see what y'all saying in here. Hey, auntie. I'm the auntie. Hey, baby. How y'all doing? Does anybody know? Put a one in the chat if you know. But it's okay if you don't know, because you know I'm going to tell it. You know I'm finna tell it. I'm always going to disclose some things. But a lot of people know in the metaphysical community. But, a lot of my audience, a lot of us, we may not know. And I kind of accepted the position of being that first chamber you enter when you step out the bullshit. I'm the first chamber. I'm like, hi. I'm like, welcome. I'm going to welcome you in out of the chamber of the bullshit into the new reality. And then you continue on. Don't stay around now. Don't stay around here. I'm just here to welcome you out that shit, brief you on some other shit so you can continue on your way. Hey, baby, how y'all doing? You don't know? Please feel okay. I'm going to tell you. You know, I got to go around the corner, down the block, cross the street just to come right here. Okay, but it's story time. Now, people got together, and when they started doing this, you know, a lot of them were Masons already, right? And how many of you heard of Benjamin Banneker, right? Benjamin Banneker was a master astrologist. Okay, the story goes, him and his father were master astrologers. And Benjamin Banneker was the one who kind of like surveyed and laid out a lot of the cities, especially Washington, D.C., a lot of the cities according to planetary alignments. See, give us the tape. July 4th, 1776. There's a reason that they chose that day. I'm getting to it. Benjamin Banneker. Now, master astrologer, he surveyed a lot of laying out the cities, and he understood the power of ley lines and planetary alignment. Now, why did they choose that day? Celestially, the sun conjuncts the other second sun. Yeah, I know y'all think it's Nibiru, right? I think the second sun was Nibiru. No, the brightest star in the heavens was called Sirius, the Sirius star system. From around July 2nd to maybe July 6th, the sun travels, and then it conjuncts or comes closest to or next to the exact degree, the star system Sirius. And you can start to see it now in the heavens, and it twinkles. It's one of the stars that twinkles. Yes, the sun is Sirius conjunct, not conjunct. It twinkles. Guess what colors that star system twinkles? Come on, somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Sirius X, isn't that what they named that satellite? Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue. Y'all need to come to the front of the class. Where's my thing? I forgot to get my little thing. Come to the front of the class, honey. I'm gonna have to go get it because I need my little my selenite. Yes. So, do you think that this is all a coincidence? Do you think this is a coincidence why they're celebrating this day of independence during that alignment, as well as choosing the colors that they have chosen? What are they pulling from that star system? Now I'm really getting into something because, you know, there's a lot of talk about extraterrestrials these days, right? There's a lot of talk about red and blue Kachina. That's something totally different. But that's neither here nor there. There's a lot of talk about extraterrestrials these days, right? But you notice not too many of them talk about the Syrians. Not too many of them talk about the Sirius star system. Why is that? Why are they not talking about that? Why are you not talking about them? They're talking about the Greys, the Pleiadians. If you leave it up to them to tell it, stop. This is what I be saying. Stop listening to them, because everything they tell you is inverted. It's not, they're only going to give you a version that big ups them and everybody looks like them, or they're going to make them look like monsters. They don't talk about the black extraterrestrials. Now, we all know about the Anunnaki. We all know about them. That's not like a mystery. But we don't know, there's not enough information being funneled or channeled about the star system Sirius. Because back in the day, we used to say that's where we came from. That's where some of us came from. You look at the Nomos, you look at the Dogon, they had access to information about the star system, the layout, the rotation, everything long before the telescopes. And when the other folks went over there having conversations with them and was baffled by the knowledge that they had, right? It was talking about how the people came out the water and taught them about it. This is why I'm really tapping in a lot about this summer solstice day in the waters, right? It's Cancerian energy, it's mother energy, it's divine feminine energy. So I'm just curious to know, why did they make this Father's Day? Nothing against the daddies, nothing against the pops, nothing against them. But y'all could have chose any other day. What are you pulling on? Why? This is feminine energy. Like, I'm just saying. But Syrians. Now, when we start looking at the pyramids, right? And I talked about this before. I talk about this all the time because it's a mystery that I'm really trying to unravel when it comes to the pyramids and these chambers in the pyramids. How many people in here heard of Aset or Isis? Isis. Wakanda, Isis. Very interesting. Anyway, how many people are familiar with the chambers in the pyramids? Because there's a king chamber and a queen chamber. Now, there's also another star system they don't talk too much about is Orion. But there are things aligned to it. The pyramids are aligned to the belt of Orion. But all you hear is what they want to show you. Why we don't know about the other ones. I don't even know where to begin with some of this. But all this to say is this. When you start to peel back the layers, when you start to come out of those systems that, they try to trap us in, and you begin to see that you're much bigger and broader than anything you could have ever imagined. And when you start looking at yourself, not only connected to this planet, because this planet is in the solar system, right? This planet is not separate from the universe. It's a ship itself. If we look at all the planets as ships or orbs, this planet is an orb too. Whether you think it's flat or round, I think it's an orb. It's multidimensional. It goes up and it goes down, and it has, some say, a firmament around it. It has some sort of device around it. But I'm beginning to think they all do. Is it that you've been so limited and trapped in this bubble that you don't realize that you're a bubble amidst many other bubbles, right? So when we have to start thinking a little bit more broader than always contracting our minds to think so linear or so minute. That's limiting off your potential. That's limiting your perception. And when your perception is limited or minimized to something so minute, how do you think your life will progress? What do you think will happen with your life if your mind is this big? See that? See, sisters be doing this now. Where do you think you're going to go with that mindset? They're beginning to tell a lot of stuff, but like they always do, they're going to tell it with a twist. And they all going to look like them. Whatever they're going to tell, everything going to look like them. And it's like, listen, I'm so tired of looking at them.